To the markets now, the market closing flat today. There's been no standout movements in share prices. Joining us to discuss the day's movements is Ridwaan Moolla from ThinkMarkets. Ridwaan, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. As we said, it was a flat day. We've had so much going on with Russia and the Ukraine over the past few months, but it seems to be taking a breather. We didn't see any standout shares today. What's your take on what happened?
Yeah, it was actually a very, very quiet day, Devan. It wasn't something which I think we expected at all. But markets were nice and flat today. There was obviously one big standout performance. Tugela, up over 7.7% on the day. I think that's been one share that's just been going crazy over the last week. 23.5% up. But yeah, overall market-wise, a nice quiet day. I just looked at the top 40, and that was up 0.01%. I think that gives you a very good indication of a nice quiet day in the market. But I think it's also investors taking a breather at the moment. It's just wanting to see where things are going.
Just very quickly, you mentioned Tugela Resources. It's absolutely extraordinary what's been going on with that share price. But it does tell you, this is chiefly a coal business, isn't it? And it does tell you that no matter what we hear in terms of what the future of energy looks like across the globe, the world and the economies, especially the ones that are developing, are still very reliant on coal. Hence, you see a company like Tugela Resources just shooting the lights out with its rise in its share price.
Exactly. Look, as much as we are trying to get into a green world and move towards green energy and the likes, let's be honest, we're still totally dependent on coal. South Africa is completely dependent on coal. China's still importing coal. They're still dependent on it as well. And so is the rest of the world. It's not something that's just going to be switched off tomorrow. So Tugela is obviously benefiting from that. There's been increased demand from China and the likes after, obviously, 2020 and the pandemic. So it's all been going very, very well for them. The share's up, I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, well over 100%, year to date. So it just goes to show you there is some massive demand for coal. And I don't see it coming, ending anytime soon. As much as we'd like to go green, that is something that's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight.
And just one quick one, you may have seen that latest fuel price increases, Ridwaan. So we've got 28 cents a litre for 93 petrol. 95 goes up by 36 cents a litre as of Wednesday. Many people were thinking, well, with the fuel levy cut by R1.50, you would have actually seen a decrease or a cut in the petrol price. Not the case, and it's because we've had such increases or hikes on that on the oil price and the rand. But now, when you look at the rand doing pretty well against the US dollar, and the oil, although up on the day, I hope if things stay this way, it wouldn't be as dramatic come next month. But that's only if the oil price and the rand behaves, isn't it?
That's 100%. Look, the rand over the last week has been pretty range bound. It's not been doing anything crazy and being volatile like we used to. So hopefully the rand can stay the way it is. If it stays within this range and the oil price remains below $110, I don't think we're going to be seeing then any real major price increases on the petrol side. But the thing we need to just understand is that, we do need to be aware of what is happening with regards to inflation because of things like the petrol price increase and that there. And I think government is taking a step forward in obviously dropping some of the taxes. For me personally, and I think for many consumers and people out there who are obviously returning back to offices and the likes, we hoped that there would be something a bit more aggressive being done. But I think it's a step in the right direction so far from government. So yeah, look, right now, let's just hope our rand stays the way it is. And oil price, if it can stay below the $110, then I think consumers are looking at a very, very good month. Next month, hopefully even maybe a drop.
All right, thanks very much indeed. Ridwaan Moolla is with ThinkMarkets. Quick look at what's been happening on the markets. It's been a flat day, as we said. No real movement in the share prices.